Hello, welcome to the channel. I am the Maize Mad Man. Before we get started, hit the like button, share this with your friends and family on social media and abound. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like this on mobile if you're on your cellular or mobile device. That said, we got things to be excited about. We gonna talk about it right here. Michigan lands a huge commitment from an All-American player. All that, and of course,
I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully, but disrespectfully, it's disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans, poor little bro, man. And I'ma tell them where I'm at. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, the other state, and of course, as always, I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like it's been a long time since, we've had some commitments. Don't get me wrong. Michigan has had commitments. They got a long snapper. We got a punter, got a field goal kicker, all of that, by the way. In between there's been other commitments, just nothing that I've necessarily been super excited about. By the way, landed former number one running back in the 2024 class today in Taylor Tatum, but that's not why we're here. No, ladies and gentlemen, we are here because John Henry Daly, All-American edge rusher from Utah, has chosen the Wolverines. Me and Ric Flair are excited about it. Rick, one time.
I'm the best there is. Woo! Woo! Woo!
I posted on my Twitter account, by the way, or the Maize Out Sports Twitter account, let Wick cook. He is in the kitchen, chefing it up right now. By the way, I'm excited about some things that are on the horizon, too. We'll get to that in a minute. But let's talk about John Henry Daly. First of all, he's got the greatest name in the history of American football, John Henry. For those who don't know John Henry, do yourself a service. Google John Henry, the great John Henry, who once beat a smoke machine through a mountain or something like that before his heart exploded. I remember reading that book early, John Henry. But this John Henry, built like a mountain, is out here to wreck opposing offenses. John Henry Daly, let me tell you about him. 17 and a half tackles for loss a season ago, was tied for the lead in college football before he got hurt. He tore his Achilles in November. 17 and a half tackles for loss. Was second in college football with 11 and a half sacks at that time. 11 and a half sacks in November, ladies and gentlemen. Rick, one more time.
Woo! I'm the best there is. Woo! 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 Woo!
Of course, current Michigan football head coach Kyle Whittingham has familiarity with John Henry Daly. He was his former coach at Utah. By the way, this was rumored to be going down for a long time since John Henry Daly entered the portal after Kyle Whittingham took the job at Michigan. His offensive coordinator comes over. His head coach comes over. Other members of that staff come over, by the way. John Henry Daly is now a Wolverine. Torn Achilles, though, is nothing to sneeze at. It's a big deal. It's not easy to come back from a torn Achilles. That said, if anybody can come back from a torn Achilles, it's the man that's built like a mountain. In fact, I'm going to start calling him the Mountain. Shout out to my Game of Thrones fans out there. John Henry Daly is a Wolverine. His teammate, Smith Snowden, was also in Ann Arbor, and rumors are circling around his soon-to-be commitment. He also took a trip to Notre Dame, I believe, but that's not why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. John Henry Daly is the reason we're here. An absolute monster in his own right. Can't wait to see him in the maize and blue. And this is a perfect perfect guy for the young guys in along Michigan's defensive lines, the Carter Meadows of the world, the Nates of the world. This is a perfect Nate Marshalls of the world. Perfect guy for them to learn from, to get some pro tips from. A man that had 11 and a half sacks by November. By the end of November, ladies and gentlemen, that's who you go get the tips from. By the way, Jay Hill and this defense coming together also had another big, huge visit on campus. Pitt linebacker Rasheem Biles was on campus. Hopefully they lock that in, because we'll be right back here. And by we, I mean myself and Ric Flair. We will be right back here for another woo session. Woo! It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. By the way, talk to me. Rumors are Quincy Porter will be visiting the Wolverines if he's not there already. Quincy Porter, former 5-star wide receiver out of Oradell, New Jersey, of course, chose the Buckeyes out of high school over the Wolverines. It came down to the Wolverines and the Buckeyes, as so many recruitment battles over the years have. He chose the Buckeyes, but now he's in the portal, and Michigan is a serious player in this one. Let's talk a minute about Taylor Tatum. Let's give a Ric Flair for Taylor Tatum, too. He deserves a Ric Flair. Rick, one more time.
I'm the best there is. Woo! 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 Woo!
As I said before, Taylor Tatum was the former number 1 running back in the 2024 class. That's the same class that had Jordan Marshall in it. And he was the number 1 running back. He entered the portal out of Oklahoma. Michigan scooped him up. It's a one right back at you to Oklahoma, by the way, who scooped up Cole Sullivan. I'm still kind of hurt about that one. But you know what? These are the kind of gets that make me feel a little less hurt. By the way, if we're able to get Rasheem Biles, that's the kind of get that makes you forget about Cole Sullivan. Rasheem Biles, the number 1 linebacker in the portal right now. Former number 1 running back in his class in Taylor Tatum. All-American edge rusher and John Henry Daly. These are the types of players Michigan should be getting on a regular basis. These are the types of players that Kyle Whittingham and his staff are bringing to Ann Arbor. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. Put your seatbelts on. Stay with your boy. We will be updating all of the comings and goings this portal season right here on Maize Sports. Be sure to follow me at M_Thrizzleton on Twitter or X, whatever you call it, and follow Maize Sports on Twitter or X at Maize Sports. We will be back with more woos. I promise you that. Till next time, you know the slogan. First, before we get there, talk to me in the comments section. How excited are you about John Henry Daly? How excited are you about Taylor Tatum? What do you think about the prospects of a Quincy Porter or a Rasheem Biles? Let's talk about it all. Smith Snowden. Let's talk about it. You know the slogan. Stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'ma calm down. So I just don't get that all that Maize and that lock and all that puff. I just don't get it, son. And how the
Oh my God, we're shutting the damn live down. Good night, everybody.